healthy physical activity, psychological well-being, and the current situation. Contextual approach, psychological well-being, physical self-concept, mental health, healthy physical activity, physical and mental self, satisfaction with my life, self-esteem, benefits and prevention, self-efficacy, psychological discomfort, stress, depression, anxiety, introduction, healthy physical activity, psychological well-being, current situation, conclusions. Table 1. How people of all age could reach the recommended levels of physical activity. Person, young child. Activities. Daily walk to and from school, daily school activity sessions, breaks, and clubs. 3 or 4 afternoon or evening play opportunities. Weekend long walks, visit to the park of swimming pool, bicycle rides. Teenager, daily walk or cycle to and from school, 3 or 4 organized of informal midweek sports or activities, weekend walk, cycling, swimming, sport activities. Student, daily walk or cycle to and from college, taking all small opportunities to be active, using stairs, doing manual tasks, 2 or 3 midweek sports or exercise classes, visit to a gym or swimming pool, weekend, longer walks, cycling, swimming, sport activities. Adult with paid job, daily walks or cycle to work, taking all the small opportunities to be active, using stairs and manual tasks, 2 or 3 midweek sports, gym or swimming sessions, weekend longer walks, cycling, swimming, sport activities, home repairs, gardening. Adult working in the home, daily walks, gardening or home repairs, taking all small opportunities to be active, using stairs, doing manual tasks, occasional midweek sports, gym or swimming sessions, weekend longer walks, cycling, sport activities. Adult unplayable, daily walks, gardening, home repairs, taking all the small opportunities to be active, using stairs, doing manual tasks, weekend longer walks, cycling, swimming, or sport activities, occasional sports, gymming or swimming sessions. Retired person, daily walking, cycling, home repairs or gardening, taking all the small opportunities to be active, using stairs, doing manual tasks, weekend longer walks, cycling or swimming. Psychological well-being. The VPS, understood as being well, is the result of the cognitive and affective conclusions that people draw regarding their degree of satisfaction with life according to what they think and feel when globally evaluating their existence. Mental health had to be considered as a positive state of personal mental well, being in which individuals feel satisfied with themselves as well as with their roles in life and their goals, relationships with others. Introduction, healthy physical activity, psychological well-being, current situation, in conclusions. Subjective psychological well-being in integrate visions that emanate from etymological disputes, we can conclude that subjective psychological well-being involves in the following 3 axes. A. To the affective emotional axis, B. The cognitive evaluate axis, C. The social binding or contextual axis of personality. Article Target, Psychological Well-being and Health, Past, Present, and Future. Carol D. Reef. Introduction. Over the past 50 years, interesting and important developments have taken place at the intersection of psychological well-being and health. First efforts to elaborate the meanings of positive psychological functioning have seldom evolved, such as well-being and happiness have emerged as many areas of contemporary research. Gone are days when mental health was exclusive, constructing the items for indication of psychological disorders and distress. Second, the scope of scientific studies investing influencers on antecedents as well as consequences and correlates of positive psychological functioning has increased dramatically. Not surprisingly, this growth has been accompanied by a proliferation of scientific journals explicitly focused on positive psychology and human happiness. Fear the import of psychological well-being for health has emerged as a flourishing area of scientific inquiry. This shift has signaled new emphasis on psychological factors as protective resource for good health, as well as studies seeking to explain to the underlying neurobiological process. Social psychology in sports and exercise, linking theory to practice, and Marie Knowles Viteri, San Morgan Rose Lorimer. Increases academic results, labor performance trust, emotional stability, independence, memory, perception, sexual satisfaction. Decreases decreases abandonment from work, anxiety, depression, hedges, phobias, strain, mistakes at work, stress response. Psychological health variable. Known effect, exercise mode, comments. Depression. Antidepressive effect in those diagnosed with clinical depression. Aerobic and anaerobic exercise follow ACSM guidelines. No difference in gender, age, or health status remains less than over 17 weeks, yield most positive results. Anxiety. Exercise positivity involves a reduction in anxiety. Aerobic exercise at perceived level of exertion established by individual and health practitioner. Greater results when clients participate in 10 to 15 weeks or aerobic exercise or longer. Stress. Exercise helps to manage the stress more effectively. Aerobic exercise results appear to be beneficial after 2 weeks of 3 times per week of a least 20 continuous minutes per sessions. Mode state exercise positivity affects mode states such as tension, fatigue, anger, and vigor. Aerobic and anaerobic exercise follow ACSM guidelines. The exercise mode state association is complex and not understood. Self-esteem. Exercise improves self-esteem. No guidance yet from the research as the appropriate exercise prescription. More prevalent with those with low self-esteem, various subcomponents include perceived cycle, condition, attractive body, and sport competence. Psychology of physical activity determines well-being and intervention. Second edition. Stuart G.H. PD and Neld Mutri. An enhanced self-imagine and sense of well-being, better sleep habits, less depression, stress, and anxiety, and an improved outlook on life. ACSM conclusions. Gratitude is an important aspect of our life and part of human socialization. It leads to benefits for both mental and physical health and interpersonal relationships. That is why it must be cultivated every day. General conclusions of the day. Scientific evidence of associations of and BPS on top the The evidence under a critical principle, theory practice, multidisciplinarity is essential. The utmost individualism and taking into account the multifactoriality of the subject and new dimensions or the say general conclusions of the workshops. It is likely that there will always be a tool for what we want to measure, a small tool for diagnosis, prediction, improvement, also to convince the validity of the work and motivate the individual. Thank you.
Y tú también te demoras eternidades peinando.
Healthy physical
Más a ver emocional, ¿no? De si puedo teletrabajar, si como vamos a hablar hoy pues, del tema de que la empresa me ofrezca deporte para hacer, si es flexibilidad horaria, si es trabajar desde las Bermudas.
En torno a lo que está pasando hoy en día, que hay muchísima gente que o trabaja en remoto o trabaja híbrido o tal, pues es una solución que al final permite que mucha gente pueda disfrutar del deporte y esté donde esté.
Cuán importante es que haya un grupo de personas que empiecen a usar la aplicación y que ya la gente se empiece a picar y decir, oye, pues este está utilizando la aplicación para entrenar, pues voy a pedir la gente que a mí también.
Se empieza con un tipo de grupo que a lo mejor es más propenso a hacer deporte, son los primeros que se apuntan y quieren hacerlo, pero son ellos mismos dentro de la organización que al final van contagiando al resto cuando prueban y tal, ¿no?
Pues poco a poco el hecho de empezar a ser más gente pues también te implica que ha tenido que entrar una persona vía para enfocarse solamente en recursos humanos, gestión de personal, no lo relacionado con el trabajo del día a día, sino todo temas también del tema de coaching, del tema emocional, trabajar bajo presión.
A la directora de recursos humanos. Fue la primera contratación que hicimos. Esto demuestra un poco el sentido de la importancia que damos al talento y a que la gente se sienta a gusto.
Las necesidades de la gente cambian y a lo mejor hoy necesito plátanos, pero mañana estoy embarazada y necesito pues, que me guíen en cómo gestionar una maternidad. Como compañías tenemos que ir a llegar al máximo de gente, pero que no perdemos el escuchar a nuestra gente de manera individual, porque seguro que así será más fácil hacerlo.
Entonces hay que buscar beneficios que realmente sean beneficios que con muy poco engloben mucho, o sea, que satisfagan las necesidades de muchas personas a la vez.
Queremos eso, impulsar a que la gente deje de fumar. Hemos preguntado, oye, ¿te apetece dejar de fumar? Y la verdad es que mucha gente ha contestado que sí. Estamos viendo qué vamos a hacer porque queremos arrancar en septiembre. Pero sí tenemos claro que queremos enfocar esos malos hábitos.
Creo que después de la pandemia, todas las empresas se han dado cuenta de que tienen que invertir en salud, salud física, salud mental.
Compromisos y cosas que quizás de saque pueden no ser atractivas para el empleado, pero consideráis que son necesarias para su bienestar. ¿Cómo trabajáis ese fomento?
Al final, si la gente es partícipe desde el minuto cero en proponer acción, va a estar enganchado desde, ¿sabes? Porque va a ver que su idea se tira para adelante, entonces te va a arrastrar a la gente.
Lo que te transmite el deporte es el trabajar en equipo, es decir, yo que vengo del rugby, pues 15 tíos que se pegan juntos por una pelota. Entonces, eso lo trasladas al mundo de la empresa, que da un bagaje de decir, oye, puedo aplicar esto al mundo empresarial y trabajo en equipo significa que vamos todos remando por lo mismo.
Fomentas mucho el equipo, haces que la gente se conozca fuera de las mesas, fuera de los ordenadores y luego esto repercute en el trabajo diario.
Puedes tomarte una fe con un compañero, con tu manager y hablar 5 minutos antes de poner a trabajar, pues te ayuda a conocer a la gente y sobre todo escuchar, ¿no? Porque estás en un ambiente diferente y no a través de un correo electrónico, por ejemplo.
Tienes que saber conocer conocer muy bien dónde estás y valorar tú cuál es el mejor momento.
Nosotros tenemos un producto para la generación Z hecho por la generación Z. Creo que a nivel de talento son mucho más talentosos, son mucho más creativos, son mucho más, te diría, rápidos, ágiles. Dicho esto, la constancia no es un valor que tengan. Porque otra cosa de que me doy cuenta es que son muy volátiles, ¿no? Tú ves los currículums y vosotras que lo sabéis más que yo, un año aquí, 6 meses allí.
El discurso de recursos humanos ha cambiado. Para mí estoy feliz porque cada vez que escucho a un compañero de otra empresa decir esto nos parece prioridad, ahora mismo nos han dado prioridad en dirección para invertir en salud, salud física, salud mental, etc, etc. O sea, para mí esto era impensable hace 3 años.
Si estás por arrendar tu inmueble, guarda este video, porque cambiaron las tarifas del seguro de arriendo digital.
Introduction. Hello everyone, my name is Sebastián Cifuentes Macareno. I am 20 years old and I am currently studying business administration. I also handle office tools, graphic design and video editing. Today I want to talk to you about management in organizational and wellness process, focusing on nutrition, physical activity and exercise, and how these impact productivity levels and overall health. Physical activity. Physical activity and exercise also play a crucial role in our health and productivity. Playing sports such as football, basketball, or simply going for a run can significantly improve our mood and reduce stress. This in turn leads to better performance at work and in studies. For example, I really enjoy playing football on the weekends. Not only does this help me stay fit, but it also allows me to clear my mind and return to my task with a better attitude. Nutrition. Proper nutrition is critical to well-being and productivity in any organization. Eating balanced, nutrient-dense foods such as fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains provides use with the energy we need to take our daily activities. For example, in my personal experience, I always try to include a balanced breakfast before starting my day at the store. This helped me stay focused and energy throughout the day. In conclusion, maintaining good nutrition and a regular exercise routine is not only beneficial for our health, but also has a direct impact on our productivity and overall well-being. It is important for organizations to promote this habit among their employees to achieve a healthier and more efficient work environment. Bibliographic reference of
Sí, doctora, si está hablando, no se le escucha.